Hello. Hi, everyone. How is everybody doing? I've been watching the chat. There's this intense discussion going on about s'mores and also the trolley gummy popsicle things that are available, which is amusing me because there's this new feature that I just noticed because I went on in the back end to double check that the chat replay feature is on because I know I always love playing that when I'm rewatching a live stream as part of a replay gang. So I wanted to make sure that was on for people who also enjoy that. And I saw that they've added this AI chat summary that comes up. So that means that in the summary of the live stream chat, there's going to be a this was about s'mores and popsicles, which just amuses me. So hi everyone, we're back. We made it to talk about the DC solicits and news and those kind of things. So there's a lot to there's a lot. I looked on the side when Ben Chan was here in the Marvel Solicit stream, mentioned something about there being some pumpkin variant covers. I'm always down for whatever strange, sometimes off the beaten path variant covers pop up on these. We've had some fun ones over the years. Years, oh gosh, yeah, it has been years because I was actually looking through my trade of the world's finest in the variant gallery and I recognized some of them. I was like, oh yes, weather. Pumpkin spicy variant covers. Hi Ben, you're here. Well, we shall definitely look at them. How is everybody's day going? Night, whatever time it is. It's hot. It's very hot here. Hence the crop tops that we don't melt in here under the lights and all the other things because everything is closed off. Alvin has yet to grace us with his presence. We shall see if he shows up. I don't know. He'd set himself up in a very nice position downstairs, so maybe he's good. But yeah, unlike last time, I don't have a whole bunch of lead-in. I had all these other announcements, but this time it was more like, no, today we're here on a mission. We're here to read DC Solicits. Also, I have the preview of the new definitive history of the DC universe for however many years. We shall see. We'll see how it turns out. Let me see what you're all saying. Chemdog is saying enough with pumpkin spice. I have to say I'm very basic. I enjoy a pumpkin spice. I'm excited when the drink comes back. I have to keep it to myself because it's almost a meme to be basic and like the pumpkin spice, but I do. Although it's too sweet, I find. I have to, if I buy one, I have to get one and cut it with something else because it's just too sweet. And even if you ask for less sugar, I don't know. There's just, maybe I'm just getting old, but I just find them way too sweet these days. Maybe they've upped the sugar. That must be it. It's the kids who are wrong. It can't be me. So it's okay to read 6 ounces. It's okay to be basic. Yes, it is. It's okay to be square. It is. It's hip to be square. Huey Lewis taught me that. So it's fine. Boom. Oh, you see, I went over to the page that I'm going to share with you. So bright. That's why I didn't mind that it was dim before, because we have this brightness. I'm looking at this booty cover of Harley Quinn that you're also about to see. Yeah, I agree. This definitive history being 4 issues to organize almost a century of comics is crazy. Well, they did another one of these. Legends. Is Legends close? Can I actually get it? Hold on. I'm going to awkwardly turn around and see if I can see Legends. It's Legacies. Hold on. I'm going to get it. Yes. We have Legacies. They've done this before when they tried to, this was the Len Wein, like we're collecting everything together through all of it. And I liked this one. I reread this one on occasion. The history of the DC universe as told by its greatest creators. And they really try and cobble everything together. So I'm very excited to compare this one to the new one. Yeah. There you see the JSA. Look at them. Look at them compiling. Yeah. Where does this one go up to? I see OMAC. Yeah, it's been a while since I've gone through this one. I need to give this one a reread just in time, as we gear up. I mean, just in time. We're talking about September, but September will be here like that. Stephen Turner, thank you very much. Just want to stop by to let you know the comic Twitter community is a part of on Twitter. We're all praising you the other day and talking about how we learned so much from your YouTube. Oh, that's really sweet. I appreciate that. I am never online, really. So I never know what's going on X or Blue Sky or any of those things unless I'm specifically searching for something or quotes or those kind of things. So I often do not see things, but that is much appreciated. Yeah, I think you're right, Rob. I think it does stop just short of that. I should pull this up. Hold on. I can share my screen. Do. Share my screen. We have this. We can do it. We have the technology. Share. Bigger. The people want to see it big. Look at how happy Batman is. Also, still, just like last time, Post Malone's big rig. We are not allowed to forget about Post Malone's big rig. Oh. All right. Scrolling. The full DC Comics solicitations are here and they're packed with art and story details. Let's see. It's earlier tonight than when we did the Marvel ones, so should be able to hopefully talk through it. I have 3 drinks this time. 3. So definitely stuff. And this one's pink. So that's exciting. It's agua fresca. I was too lazy to pour it out of the thing that I blended it in. So it's there. So yes, the first thing we're starting off is Batman #1, starting again at #1, the blue on the costume that they did a whole thing talking about. I have some quotes for this one pulled out separate. But what's most amusing about this to me is that they're still launching it in September, even though Hush 2 got delayed. So they're like, no, we have a schedule. We got to stick to it. So they're sticking to it. So there we go. We have many a variant. We got this nice wraparound. Some of these could be bluer, maybe, if they talked about all that blue. So this is Batman #1, written by Matt Fraction. And we have art and cover by Jorge Jimenez. So let's see. A new day dawns for the Dark Knight detective as of the type of the team as Eisner Award-winning writer Matt Fraction. Then we list the things. Hawkeye, Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, which I do really like the Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen book, joins forces with superstar artist Jorge Jimenez, Batman, Summer of Superman Special, Punchline, for an unforgettable new era of Batman, the best superhero in comics. People are going to fight about that, gets a brand new first issue to kick off this new era that will test Batman and Bruce Wayne like never before. So that did not tell us a lot now, did it? It did not. But they say, and the other things, actually, they're supposed to flesh it out, also keep it pretty vague. Punchline. Oh, I said Punchline because Jorge Jimenez is one of the people who he designed the punchline. So with James Tynion the fourth. No, Punchline isn't there. I just felt that it should be added to the bracket of things that had been done. I'm hovering my mouse over it, but you can't see that. Can I select it for you? Yeah. We'll put it here next to it, next to the Summer Superman special. But why is it relaunching? For sales and variants and that kind of thing. I'm just deciding, do I want to go over to the other tab and discuss it right now? Or do we want to power on through and then come back to the other? What do you think? Do you want to hop right into like expanding upon what they're talking about since we're here and now? By the end, we might forget. Pumpkin spice punchline. Are you saying she's basic? I'm basic for liking her? Probably. All right, I'm going to do it. Share this tab instead. Let's look at Batman. I like the blue outline that we have here. Batman Begins again. DC reveals Batman #1 covers and polybag problem. All right, so this new run kicks off with bold updates, a redesigned blue and gray Batsuit, a sleek new Batmobile, and a mix of brand new and iconic characters, all grounded in a celebration of what makes Batman timeless. So now we have quotes from Fraction. For me, Batman was the gateway to comics. This series is our chance to celebrate everything that makes the character great, from new characters to classic villains, from iconic vehicles to updated suits. Then we have him and us talking about doing the art for it, saying this is a dream project. I've poured everything into shaping a new visual language for Batman, bringing back the blue suit in a way that feels iconic but new, and giving Gotham a slight pop art flair while maintaining its gritty edge. Fraction summed it up best, saying, Batman endures because he can be so many things to so many people. We want this run to reflect that. So that's what we're looking at. A statement that, always reads to me as it's going to be everything for everyone, which, let's see if that lands. I, of course, will be there. So whatever happens, I'm going to be there for the new Batman #1. Are you? So then they showcase all of the variants. We get a bigger look at the wraparound, and we get a bit of a look of how it's going to start. So a fresh storytelling approach. Fraction Jimenez plan to kick things off with a series of connected but standalone tales, each issue delivering its own adventure, tone, and twist, while building toward a larger vision. So like kind of the 70s kind of era. Expect variety, surprises, and a wide lens on Gotham. Expect the unexpected. Batman #1 hits shelves and digital platforms on September 3rd, 2025. So that's what we're looking at. It was good that we came here because that wasn't too much of an expansion. And now we feel more beefed up with what they're talking about. Share this tab instead. They launched right into the Red Hood one after. I posted some of the covers for this, and it launched a whole discussion about Jason's costume for this, and many a person was not feeling this Jason costume, although some people were happy to see that it's an actual hood and not a helmet. I also like that Jai Lee just seems to have drawn the Helena Wayne Huntress. But so there was also, this one ended up having some like mild controversy around it because of the author and some past tweets that they've said that come up very quickly if one happens to do a search, which, some people do just because it may not have been a name they've heard before in the comic space, even though in the horror book scene, it's a bit more, they're a bit more well known there. This is Red Hood #1. This is written by Gretchen Felger Martin, and then we have art and cover by Jeff Spokes. Just Mime is saying past tweets are never good. I actually have some of them pulled up alongside the expanded thing for the Red Hood, just because I feel like if we're gonna mention it, we might as well show a couple of them. Also, just to mention that they are all, like, for the most part, deleted. Some people I've found on Twitter in general, just over the years, some people just tweet things sometimes for shock value, or sometimes because some people seem to treated Twitter almost like not a real space, or a space where what was said didn't matter or doesn't have any kind of consequence outside of it, which it does, even if it's just hurt feelings or ruining somebody's day, which to me is an impact. But if we didn't talk about books or things because people were rude online, because that's my threshold for it's like, are you nice or stuff like that, and everybody can have a bad day, then we wouldn't talk about anything. There would just be nothing. So I'll probably be here for Red Hood #1. I like Jason. Talk about Jason a lot. And now I'm also intrigued as to what the tone and everything will be. All right. Jason Todd has left Gotham and Batman behind him again. All he's taking with him is his costume, his bike, and a metal briefcase containing 2 handguns and a lot of bullets. That's a decent amount of things. New Angelique seems like the perfect place for Red Hood to put down roots. There's crime, vice, and corruption everywhere. When Jason discovers a superpowered serial killer who is targeting the city's police, he finds himself sucked into a terrible and bleak conspiracy with seemingly no end in sight. But Jason isn't the only person on the scene you saw on the cover. Following his trail is Helena Bertinelli, A.K.A. Huntress. Is she here to stop him or help him? What will happen when the 2 black sheep of the Bat family start working together? Get ready for Red Hood like you've always wanted to see him. Oh, I almost forgot that last sentence. I love when they add that kind of tagline, because then someone's gonna be like, no, I didn't want to see him like this. What do you want for Red Hood, by the way? I have the expansion of this one pulled up. It also has a kind of sassy expanded title. So let's share this tab instead. Jason Todd to survive Hush 2 with adult Red Hood solo series. It's almost like, yeah, it was delayed, so now we have to start talking about things that are going to happen at the end of it. All right. You can see I had this open earlier and when I was doing my Google searches for all my things. So this is going to be under DC's mature readers all in label, ages 17 plus. This isn't your typical Bat family tale. Jason, and then we do the same thing. Okay. Considering Hush 2 is in the works and plans to cull a Robin or two, it should be obvious Jason will come out of it alive. All right, so now we have quotes. The author describes the series as Jason's on a mission through hell, chasing down a mysterious telepath in a city that's rotting from within. Spokes, the artist says, this is raw and stripped down storytelling, violent, gritty, and even a little sexy. Gretchen's scripts feel like a fusion of pulp noir and superhero drama, all set against a moody New Orleans-inspired backdrop. Chemdog is saying, Hush 2 is a fever dream. It's a dream from which we cannot awaken because it's delayed. Funkatron is saying mature, Jason full frontal incoming. Nah, man, they're not. We can't have a Batman damned again. We can't do it again. We've already been there once. Common Sense, thank you very much. Red Hood's sidekick Scarlet should come back. Yeah, I think some people might actually have wanted that. I asked it before, but I didn't get a chance to fully scroll the chat. What are the things that people would want from a Red Hood solo series? Because when I post this, a lot of people are worried that it's going to be a regression for Jason. There's Alvin. He's concerned about it too. And then this is the quote I posted from the DC editor, who which comes with, this is the Jason Todd story fans have been waiting for. But that's not the quote. The quote is, it's high stakes, unapologetic, and fully in continuity. Jason's anger, isolation, and lethal sense of justice are all on full display. Yes, he'll be killing people a lot. I don't know why I pitched it down like that. There's too much natural sugar in this agua fresca. The watermelon is hitting, and now I'm really hype. So yeah, a bunch of you are saying, Hush, you got delayed. I know. Vengeance, but he cried for justice. Oh. I was rereading Cry for Justice the other day, actually, for the scenes where the Shade goes to hang out at Jay Garrick's house, because I was on a big Shade kick and rereading most of the Shade things. So just not now, this is the kind of thing with whenever there's somebody who has any kind of past things, not everybody's gonna know about it, and even for people who do, not everybody's gonna care. But I mentioned it, and some people mentioned it in the comments of the tab, so I'll pull them up. This is the one that I remember. I actually, when I saw this one, I remembered it. This was, yeah, here we go. I don't even want to read this one. I'll just pull it up and like you can look at it for a sec. But yeah, like this was one of the ones. There were also the like slit J.K. Rowling's throat things. There's just a lot of stuff out there if you like go and do even a quick cursory search, even with certain like fan interactions and stuff like that about discussing writing and those kind of things. So I'm just going to take that off because I don't want to look at that anymore. I'm going to share this tab instead. So that's the kind of thing where some people who are aware of that don't want to support or read the book, and everybody gets to make their own choice about what they're going to buy and what they're not going to buy. So look at Batman. I love this one. I love it. Steve Sorensen, thank you very much. Longtime fan, can't wait for Gunn's Superman. I'm so excited for Superman, and I haven't pre-ordered tickets for something in so long. I had to get a babysitter, so fingers crossed that it comes like to fruition and I can actually go early. I hope so. Marilyn is asking, is Jason going to go back to his red hair now too? I didn't hate when they reverted him back to having red hair and pulled back the idea that he had been dyeing it, because when he first came into continuity, he had been dyeing it to look more like Dick. So I don't hate when they do that. So this is Absolute Batman number 12, written by Scott Snyder with art and cover by Nick Dragotta. Batman is at the mercy of the monstrous Bane, and though his body has seen better days, his mind and spirit are still strong. But how much longer can that withstand Bane's brutal onslaught? crack. Just insert the panel of the back breaking right there. I've really enjoyed the last issue, and I'm really curious about issue 11, which is the origin issue with the Clayman guest art. This is a black and white, work in progress that they're doing because they've been getting a lot of reprints of various forms out of number 1. Perfect Boobs is saying new Batman's body is already breaking down. It's because he's trapped in Arkham and it's like things aren't going well for Batman at the moment. Neon Gray is saying absolute chiropractor. Evan C is saying, I'm losing interest a bit in Absolute Batman. Where's it losing you? I'm curious. Tell me. I want to know. So yes, this is the DC work in progress. Get up close and personal with original artwork for it, which I know for people who love to see behind the scenes stuff, this is going to be something that they're going to be interested in. How are people bringing Paul into this chat? He doesn't even go here. This is Absolute Superman, number 11, written by Jason Aaron with art and cover by Rafa Sandoval. For 5 years, he's been on the run, hounded across our planet, and treated like a criminal. Yet his only crime was being born somewhere else. Now Superman's rage threatens to engulf the world at the urging of, and I'm going to say it 90s animated series style, Ra's al Ghul, and the only ones who can save the day are Kal-El's dead parents. His parents are dead. Who's keeping up with all of the Absolute titles? No, all of you with the Paul in the chat. Red 6 Dawn, this Amalgai. There were so many great memes after Dune 2 came out. Sometimes I still go and rewatch them. Oh, Absolute Wonder Woman. All of these are fun. Absolute Wonder Woman number 12, written by Kelly Thompson, art cover by Hayden Sherman. Be careful what you wish for, Diana, as you just might get it. With a surprising but not unwelcome ally, Diana makes her final move inside the maze. But even in winning the day, there will be devastating losses to bear. I need to do another video on this because mother-daughter kaiju time still very much lives, but we have not talked about it on the channel, and we need to rectify that and do a catch up on a bunch of things. But I got really waylaid by getting really invested in The Last Dog of Krypton, and I wasn't planning on doing a video on it. I was working on something else, and then I just had to talk about it. I was really compelled. There was one panel, and maybe I'll wait till the end to show you the panel because it's a bit of a spoilerific panel, but I'm now all in on The Last Dog of Krypton. This is Absolute Green Lantern. Oh, Hal's cracking in this. I hope he actually does start to like crack and stuff. That would be a really cool effect. I like that one too. That's a nice kind of horror one. All right. So Absolute Green Lantern number 6, written by Al Ewing with art and cover by Janoy Lindsay. Joe Mullen and Hal Jordan face judgment, but what will the Lantern's verdict be? You know, if you've been following this channel, I'm invested in this series. I'm gonna be there. This is Absolute Flash, which did introduce a reverse Flash, a potential reverse Flash in the last issue. We shall see where we go with all of that. This is Absolute Flash number 7, written by Jeff Lemire with art by Travis Moore. Wally's desperate for some food, but when his efforts to eat land him in hot water, will the rogues finally get their hands on the intrepid speedster? This... You saw, if you saw my thumb, that I used this for the... I'm going to click on it. It might ruin everything. Let's see. That I used this for the thumbnail just because it's got the Evil Legion, the Dark Side Legion, the regular Legion on the cover, and I just thought it was great. I'm really excited for the more Legion things coming in. King of New York is saying, it was me, Wally. Yeah. So we have here Superman number 30. Oh, is this the pumpkin spice? This is the pumpkin spicy. How did I know? Oh, wow. They made his nipples really pointy on this cover. I guess that's the spicy. This is the first one we've seen, right? I haven't inadvertently scrolled past any other spice. No, I haven't. Should we get bigger on the... Do we need to? Okay. All right. We zoomed in. It's pumpkin spicy. Because it's fall and it's September. Superman number 30, written by Joshua Williamson, art cover by Dan Moore. No, Edward is going oil that man up. Marilyn is saying it looks cold in Kansas. All y'all, this is why we can't have this pumpkin spicy cover. Country Fried Cosmic Horror is going pumpkin spice, but it's still June, DC. But these solicits for September. By the time we get there, it'll be time. Superman has found the mysterious hero known as Booster Gold. Together, they must run to the present day to warn the Justice League, but Darkseid's Legion stands in the way. The shocking events of this issue lead into next month's massive next chapter in the All-In saga. Because if you watch the interview I did with Scott Snyder, they're doing like a big thing in September that's coming up for DC. So here we have Adventures of Superman, Book of L, number 1. I'm waiting for this one. This has been on the horizon for a little while. This is written by Philip Kennedy Johnson, art and cover by Scott Godalski. I can do it. I can read, I swear, guys. Superman returns. Fan favorite Future State Superman House of L creators are back. Reunite for Adventures of Superman Book of L. As the super family settles into a well-earned time of peace, a powerful ally turned enemy invades Earth with an army at his back and a god aspect of Algren, mad god of the first world. When even the super family lacks the power to stop him, Superman is sent against his will to a place even he's never been, where he'll find allies he could never have expected. Concluding the events of Future State and Philip Kennedy Johnson's Action Comics, the next epic adventure begins here. So who is waiting? Who has been waiting for this? Because as you can see, it's been a while. You know, we're finishing off things from Future State. When I was doing the video on Trinity, and I had to talk about Yara and discuss when she appeared in Future State and realizing that that was all the way back in 2021. The time is just flying at this point. So... Danny Coleman, thank you very much. Doing more Silver Age Superman, Lois, Jimmy, Batman, etc. vids. Silver Age is entertaining and amusing. My daughters love your Batman impersonation. Oh, I'm glad somebody does. My daughters do not like my Batman impersonation. They tell me to stop doing it if they hear it. But yes, always. There was a vote ongoing in the members tab for the next kind of obscure topic we're going to cover. And it was going to be a Kryptonite vid. And so far, anti-kryptonite is winning, which means we're definitely going to be reaching back into the past to talk about that, and I am looking forward to it. More Superman. I love this kitten cover so much. This is Superman Unlimited number 5. Who is keeping up with Superman Unlimited? I am, and I'm still not sure how I feel about it. So we'll see. Potential video incoming. I'm not sure. I'm sorting through a lot of feelings about it. Common Sense, thank you very much. I'm excited for Book of L. I'm excited DC let Philip Kennedy Johnson explore this future. Still solid that Philip Kennedy Johnson didn't make Miguel Montez part of the super family. We shall see what occurs. I'm really happy for the people who were waiting for this, because I know what it's like to just be waiting for a book to come out. Danny is saying Red Kryptonite video series. You have no idea how close that has been to being on the horizon for so much time. I see a bunch of you are talking about Dan Slott now in the comments. I shall leave you to it as we read the description, for this is written by Dan Slott with art and cover by Raphael Albuquerque. And the art is one of the things that I'm not sure if I'm fully vibing with in this book, just personally. When the Kryptonite Kingdom faces a deadly terrorist attack from the Cobra cult, this looks like a job for any hero other than Superman. The nation-state of El Caldero has the highest concentration of kryptonite on the planet. It is literally the last place on Earth Superman should go. But when its people cry for help, of course the Man of Steel will answer the call, because he's Superman, part 1 of the first multi-part adventure in Superman Unlimited. Let's see. What are you all saying? Cobra. Cam Dog just yelling Cobra. I like this one. I like that. Right. So we are at Action Comics. Yep. Because Action Comics is doing the Superboy thing. Action Comics 1090, written by Mark Waid, art by Skylar Patridge. A long forgotten hero from the past returns, but this is no team up. As Superboy fights for his life against the original Man of Tomorrow, he discovers the real reason superheroes have been gone for so long. Can Clark convince his enemy that he comes in peace? If you like Superboy things, this has been fairly fun. This is Supergirl, which I had already been sent because there is the promise of super pets on the horizon. So it just feels like I feel like every issue of this book was just for me. They're like, would you like Les Lar? Would you like Satan Girl? Do you like the super pets? Also, do you see Candy? Do you see that the bunny? Do you see the bunny on the super pets? I'm far more excited about the bunny being there than this. This is the pumpkin spicy. We zoomed on the last one. It's only fair. Pumpkin spicy. This looks more Halloweeny, in my opinion. I like this more as like a Halloween type variant. Spooky. Look at this streaky. Look at that streaky cover. I like that a lot, actually. I can see my daughter wanting that one. Supergirl number 5, written by Sophie Campbell. Art by Rosie Camp and Paulina Ganucho. All right. When Kara is called away to solve some super problems in Metropolis, Lena Luthor and the Super Pets are left to defend Midvale. Can Streaky and Crypto finally put aside their differences for the greater good? Or will they end up fighting like cats and dogs? You won't want to miss this fun-filled flip book adventure featuring the newest additions to the Super Pet family, Titano and Candy. To me, this book has been very fun so far. I'm really enjoying how it's embracing the Silver Age vibes and just really going for it. So this is something that I've been enjoying. I can definitely see why it's not for everybody, with people who feel that Supergirl has been regressed, wish it had a more serious tone. But personally, I'm enjoying it, and I'm going to be along for the Supergirl ride. Orion is saying Lesla would have been the real pumpkin spicy cover. The thirst. Crypto, best boy of Krypton, A.K.A. the last dog of Krypton. Oh, we're here. I look the Schuster Ave little Easter egg there. Cute. All right. Crypto, the last dog of Krypton, number 4. Written by Ryan North, art by Mike Norton. Crypto has made a new friend, another stray, and together the two of them are traveling across America, dog traveling heroes, but they are not alone, for a monster from a distant world has come to Earth, and their two paths are now on a collision course. Crypto, with superpowers that are just coming in, must find a way to defend himself, his friend, and his planet. So, the one thing I'm going to show you, it's a spoiler if you don't want to know anything from the last dog of Krypton. Hold on, cover your eyes for not like 2 minutes or something. But it was here. Dun, dun, dun. Can I open it? Can I do things? I can. There we go. It's Crypto meeting Lex, and it opened up so many questions about, does like the Lex in this continuity also feel like Clark stole his dog? I'm so invested in that concept. Of the idea of like, he stole my dog, he stole my girl, he stole the adoration. I just love potentially adding another reason for Lex to be really petty about what's going on about things. I just enjoy that kind of thing. I like to find joy where I can. Mechazaurus is saying Jimmy Olsen was Lex Luthor all along. Yeah, never forget the ginger Lex. He hasn't lost his hair yet. Superboy hasn't made him lose it yet. Oh, yes, Orion, he stole my hair. Wonder Woman. Oh, and her pumpkin spicy cover is indeed that's a very thirsty cover, but also again, it looks more is that pumpkin spicy, or is it just a Halloweeny? Or is it just something for us to appreciate with the back muscles and the rest of the back that's going on? I'm laughing because Mechasaurus is saying his hair shall be avenged. So what do we have going on here for Wonder Woman number 25? Written by Tom King, art by Daniel Sampere, and Jorge Fornes. After days of searching through a mouse-infested world, Wonder Woman finally locates the lost Etta Candy and fugitive Amazon Emily. Little does she know they are hiding a tiny harbinger of death who will change Diana's fate forever. You won't want to miss the first appearance of the matriarch in this oversized anniversary issue that will set the stage for all Wonder stories to come. We have more people with names like the Sovereign. Now we have the matriarch. The Jinchu Riki is saying, looking respectfully. Oh, that is a cute cover. That is a sweet cover. This is for Trinity. Oh, that's adorable. Ugh, I can't resist something that cute. Do you hear how I'm disgusted with myself? Ugh. There's no way my daughter's not going to buy that. Like, get out of here. She's wearing bejeweled cat ears. So is that a Bat Cat wedding variant inspired cover? Too soon. For some people, that's going to be too soon. For some people, it will always be too soon. Trinity, daughter of Wonder Woman #4, written by Tom King, art and cover by Belen Ortega. You are cordially invited to the wedding of Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle. Again, it's the big day for our lovebirds. But what's a DC wedding without a little crisis? Lizzie travels to the Wayne Manor of the past to retrieve a corgi pup, and you guessed it, chaos ensues. I'm very curious to see how King's going to approach this, especially after that quote recently about the whole, like, Hal doesn't know what Will is, where there was like a really intense explanation about it. So I'm so curious because some of this went down, like some of the changes that had to go down in like Heroes in Crisis and Batcat and all those kind of things were editorial. So I'm really curious how this is going to be presented now that we're so many years out. What is the tone of this issue going to be? I need to, is this going to be mess? Like, I need to see. I'm a curious kitten. I don't know what that is. Justice League Unlimited #11, written by Mark Waid, art and cover by Dan Mora. Cotton Dingoes is asking, does she fix the wedding so it happens? And so then there's maybe just some like possible future where they're married. We shall see. There we go. Thank you, King of New York. You're a curious corgi. There we go. Something strange is happening on Earth, and the Justice League is powerless to stop it. It began with a horrific volcanic eruption in the heart of the villain stronghold nation of Zandia, and quickly spread to Count Vertigo's neighboring kingdom of Vlatava. Oh, they're next to each other? That's not great. The parademons that the JLU faced before are only the tip of the iceberg. The entire planet is now in peril. What signal does this point to in the Quantum Forums tournament? Do not miss this pivotal next chapter in the All-In saga. That's a nice cover. I like that. Cheshire, both. I've heard it both ways. This is Rob the Justice League, two of them, Cheetah and Cheshire, Rob the Justice League #2, written by Greg Rucka, and then we have art and cover by Nicholas Scott. The perfect heist needs the perfect crew. To pull off the impossible and execute a heist on the Justice League's watchtower, Cheetah and Cheshire are going to need a little help. They need to put together a crew, a team, a small crew who can work quick and smart. Megalomaniacs and wackos bent on world domination need not apply. So it's going to be a small crew then. Yeah, I got distracted when I was reading that because I saw Marilyn going, I see you, Bart. I was on TikTok having a brief exchange with someone who was salty about Wally, like just a conversation exchange. I feel like Exchange now has a charged meeting online, but just a conversation about someone who was not a fan of Wally because they love Bart and they felt like, Bart kind of got displaced. And like, yeah, Bart has been very displaced, I see a bunch of you are like, yeah. You're here for Greg Rucka. Do you see Max? You ready? Hey, look, Simon. Do you see Simon? For all the people who have been asking, where is Simon? We're doing some Simon things. This is Justice League Red #2, written by Saladin Ahmed, art and cover by Clayton Henry. Red Tornado turned into a character from Cars. Ka-chow. Red Tornado conscripts Cyborg, but after his first mission, Vic, Green Lantern, and Power Girl aren't ready to team up unless it's to shut Reddy down. But Red Tornado can't let anyone step out of line to stop the future his analyses predict. He's willing to leverage the one bargaining chip heroes can't ignore. I am M4C. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I'm just tongue-tied tonight for some reason, somehow. I don't know. I think I'm too excited. Oh, that's so terrifying. Alvin's doing that thing where he reaches his paw up under the door. This is Godzilla. Yep. Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong 2, number 4. Written by Brian Buccellato, and then we have Kristen Duce on art. It's the rematch you've all been waiting for. Godzilla versus Superman. With the Man of Steel not at full power, can he stand up to the might of the King of Monsters? Meanwhile, Leland Shaw and Lex Luthor continue their evil plans to mine DNA from the creatures of Hollow Earth. Batman coming at you on this cover. 3D. Ooh, I like that one. Someone included Man-Bat. Are we at Detective Comics? Is the pumpkin spicy? No pumpkin spicy for Detective Comics. 1101, written by Tom Taylor with art and cover by Mikel Janin. Criminals are a superstitious and cowardly lot. Batman has long depended on this mantra to uphold justice in Gotham City. But what if Gotham was a city devoid of fear? Hal Jordan took it over. Would this lead to a city free of inhibitions or a populace driven suicidal by an inability to process mortal terror? To answer this question, the Dark Knight will embark on a harrowing adventure that must be seen to be believed. Ooh, a world without fear. You know, there are people who genuinely don't feel fear, so one can just look into that. It can be a real problem to not feel fear. Nightwing, who I'm assuming has a pumpkin spicy cover based on how these things go. That looks painful. That looks like it could go wrong very easily. Yeah, I figured. There it is. We got to it. I don't know. It's really bothering me the distance between the blue on the mask and the orange on why? What is he even supposed to be doing aside from posing? Ben Chan saying cake spice. Nightwing, number 130, written by Dan Waters, art and cover by Dexter Soy. Pumpkin spicy variant for those who want. King of New York saying, holy pumpkin. Nightwing finds himself thrust into the unlikely role of mentor why is that unlikely for him? To an aspiring hero with incredible power. But is the city of Bloodhaven big enough for the both of them? He's been a mentor so many times. Batgirl number 11, written by Tate Bromble with art by Takeshi Miyazawa. The action-packed conclusion to the Three Swords is here. Cassandra Cain's family history comes calling when the Blood arrives on Dragon Ranch seeking the Batgirl dead or alive. When Cass is offered a deadly choice, she must choose between her dark bloodline and all of its power or being eliminated. Will Batgirl embrace these old family ties, or will she finally accept the new relationships being forged? More revelations unfold when a surprise arrival changes everything, and Lady Shiva's legacy continues to reveal itself. This can't miss issue propels Batgirl into the next year of story and a new era for the Bat books. Adrian Parchman, thank you very much, is saying, imagine Daredevil as Green Lantern. We'll get to experience that in that crossover by Kevin Smith, potentially, where there'll be Daredevil and Green Arrow together. We will see how close we get to that. There's the team up we need. The Men Without Fear. Catwoman, number 79. No pumpkin? No pumpkin for Catwoman. I do like this one, though. The Dan Panosian one. Very cute. Catwoman number 79, written by Torrin Grönbeck with art by Danilo Beyruth. Selena Kyle is on the hunt for a precious item from her childhood connected to her mother, but when she tracks down its whereabouts, it leads her to a mysterious auction in Venice, being held by a dangerous secret society. Will Catwoman successfully steal a piece of her history, or has the feline fatale finally bitten off more than she can chew? So who has been keeping up with this? It is kind of nice to have Catwoman doing her own separate non-Batman thing. For me personally, I'd had I like this when people remember that Selena can do other things besides Bruce. Ba-doom. Birds of Prey. I really like that one. That Greg Land one. Birds of Prey number 25, written by Kelly Thompson, art by Cliff Richards and Sammy Barcy. The Birds of Prey took the fight to the Shadow Army and won, but that was merely the Shadow Army's first move, and their end game is only just beginning. After an unexpected ally emerges, the Birds find themselves racing against the clock to stop a game called the Unreality that is primed to become a mass casualty event in Gotham. To stop it, the Birds will need to go undercover, enter the game, dismantle it at its source, and somehow make it out alive. Do we get a roulette? Are we going to get some roulette in this? I would appreciate that. I like roulette. The character. Poison Ivy. Oh, I really like that one. Poison Ivy is still keeping on. Issue 36, written by Gibolo Wilson, art by Marcia Takara. It's a beautiful new day in Seattle. The sun is out, the birds are chirping, and the Order of the Green Knight is at Poison Ivy's beck and call. As Ivy begins her reign as the new leader of the organization, she begins to reflect on the fight with the GCPD in the Marshview and wonders how the police found her. Is it possible that there's a traitor in her midst? Tensions rise amongst the ranks as Ivy hunts for the person who helped destroy her budding utopia in Slaughter Swamp. It's got Janet wondering, when the faithful turn their eyes upon her, what will they find? Chemdog is saying I haven't missed an issue. Ash Guy is saying, seriously, no pumpkin spice for the plant lady? We have not been as generous with the pumpkin spice as we have been with some other variant initiatives. No, who has the spice controls the universe. More spice. Harley Quinn. Is Harley Quinn getting a pumpkin? If Harley Quinn doesn't get a pumpkin, I don't know what the world is coming to. What is the world coming to? Harley Quinn number 54, written by Elliot Kalan with art by Carlos Oliveras. I guess we can just pretend this is the pumpkin one. So the spice must flow. Exactly, Marilyn. If we're doing it, let's go all in. That's, it's the name of the initiative. Every so often, a girl's got to stretch her legs, leave her comfort zone, get morally wounded, thrown into an RV, and driven across the country on an involuntary road trip. A.K.A. I've been kidnapped. The gun buddies are back, and they've taken yours truly on an action-packed jaunt to Coast City. Will we all become a best buds forever? Forever. Or am I gonna crash their RV into a concrete wall? One thing's for sure, by the end of this issue, zoo animals will be running wild through the streets. The Harley Solicits continue to be written from the Harley voice. This is Batman and Robin, number 25, written by Philip Kennedy Johnson, art by Fico Ossio. And some of these I'm really liking. There's a really dark energy to these covers. A new arc begins here, with Memento's reign of terror at an end. Damian is more committed than ever, both as Robin and as a Wayne of Gotham. But when an unassuming hitman, known only as the Quiet Man, arrives in Gotham, they've been killing it with these throwback names. The Quiet Man, the Wound Man, arrives in Gotham on a mysterious mission of revenge. One of Batman's deadliest enemies, thought to be dead, returns. A brand new art team, first appearance of a brand new villain, and the return of a fan favorite. So they're trying to appeal to the speculators there. They're like, this new villain here. Buy it. Common Sense is asking, is that Mayfly, the Wonder Woman speedster villain? We'll have to see. We shall see. If so, then you can be called it. I'm catching up with what you're saying on the side. Teen Titans. What are we doing with our Titans? Oh, here's I wasn't, see, now I'm not even expecting them anymore. Here it is. Here's our pumpkin spice one. Titans number 27, written by John Layman, art by Max Rayner. Beast Boy, Cyborg, and the Doom Patrol have been caught in a trap set by Gar's old nemesis. Seeking to reclaim the powers he lost during Absolute Power, the Zookeeper sends all manner of misfit mutant monsters to take down the heroes. When the dust settles after this rumble in the jungle, see who emerges victorious at the top of the food chain. Hold on. Let me read what you're saying here. Dick's arm looks like Starfire's arm. Oh, because of where they placed it? Yeah, her arm's supposed to be like up here. Whoa. I just scrolled by fast because I was eager to get to what they were talking about, and now I'm mesmerized by this. Now I can't stop staring at it. The Jinchuriki is saying that's pretty weak, Spice. Makes me think of that Teen Titans Go episode where it's Robin likes really bland food and he adds 1 drop of salt to his tongue and it's too much and he's on the floor. Yes, I like Teen Titans Go. I'm not ashamed. Batman and Robin Year 1, number 11. Written by Mark Waid and Chris Samney. Art and cover by Chris Samney. The war over Gotham reaches the doorstep of Wayne Manor as Dick Grayson is ripped from Bruce and Alfred after fake evidence shows their care is unsafe for the young ward. It'll take both Bruce and Batman to save Dick Grayson in the future of Gotham. There was a whole Jason Todd arc where Nocturna was trying to get custody of him away from Bruce Wayne. And that was one of the things. Like, is he a good guardian? You know, it's a genuine question. It would look pretty sus. It's one of the reasons they don't bring it up too much. Mechasaurus is going unsubscribed for liking Teen Titans Go. Fair. Batman/Superman World's Finest, number 43. Written by Mark Waid, art by Adrian Gutierrez. As Bizarro World continues to change and morph, Superman and Batman find themselves at war with one another. With the universe at stake, they have to decide on the question, are Bizarro's beings with no life of their own, or are they unworthy of salvation? The answer will surprise you. The question surprises me. I like Lalula is saying, unsafe. How is taking kids crime fighting unsafe? Ooh, look at that one. Nice. All right, so here we have Batman Dark Patterns number 10, written by Dan Waters, art cover by Hayden Sherman. Case 4, Child of Fire. A mysterious arsonist has been secretly guiding the growth of Gotham and Batman from the shadows. Now their dark design enters its final stage. Will this grand work be a success, or will the world's greatest detective douse the blazing plot before it's too late? Dark Patterns has just been a really enjoyable series if you like those kind of short throwback feeling Batman stories. It really gives me Legends of the Dark Knight vibes whenever I read it, and I really liked that series. So this is The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, and we're up to issue number 10, written by Jeff Loeb, and then we have art by Matteo Scalera for this one. It's all been leading to this. Is that our first? It's all been leading to this of the Solicits? It's all been leading to this. The heart-pounding conclusion to Batman, The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween. Don't miss it, because it's all been leading to it. There you go. Ooh, Flash. Savior of the Speedverse. The Flash, number 25, written by Simon Spurrier with art by Vaska Georgiev. Bad Moon Rising finale. With the Earth plunging into total darkness, all seems lost as Eclipso has turned the moon into his engine of despair. But Jai West and one of the Flash copies have a last-ditch plan in mind that involves the West family dog. It all comes down to this explosive final chapter of Bad Moon Rising. Ooh, this is Green Arrow. I like this, like, coming at you Green Arrow cover. That one too, video games. Pumpkin Spice, can you imagine this all of a sudden? It's spicy. Green Arrow number 2028, written by Chris Condon, art by Montos. As the addictive and deadly Crimson Sand stain runs rampant, Arsenal and Cheshire Cat patrol the skyline from above while Green Arrow uncovers a dark conspiracy running through Star City's underground. Here we go. Vampires. Do you see the vampires? I see a vampire up there. It looks like one. Anyway, it's not. It's like we got Dark Stars because you see Sorrow over there. I'm so hyped for all of this, the Green Lantern things. Look, Blaze. This is a cute one too. Okay, so we have the core, the Green Lantern core, number 8, written by Jeremy Adams and Morgan Hampton. Part 4 of the Starbreaker's supremacy and his nicely sharpened teeth, the Lanterns make a mad dash to beat the Sun Eaters to Oa, while the mystery surrounding Kelly's glove becomes a dangerous threat to the Guardians. The last issue of this had the Space Cabbie in it and sent me down a Space Cabbie rabbit hole and edged us ever closer to that Space Cabbie retrospective. For the fact that Space Cabbie was the one ongoing for a bit in Mysteries in Space is just something that I feel is significant. New Gods. I always like all of the New Gods covers. I love a sassy tie adjustment. You can't see, but I'm hovering my mouse over it. Oh my gosh, why did I hit that? The New Gods number 10, written by Ram V, art by Pipar and Evan Cagle. Kamal has been kidnapped, stolen away from the protection of both the New Gods and the Justice League. The child is now in the possession of Maxwell Lord. But what does Lord intend to do with the newest New Gods' seemingly unlimited power? Can the heroes of the DCU and the refugees of the Fourth World save Kamal before it's too late? Maxwell Lord, next snap. No pumpkin spicy for Hal? 0 stars. Cancel the whole month. Green Lantern number 27, written by Jeremy Adams, art by Hermione. Part 5 of the Starbreaker supremacy. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Enlisting old foes to their aid, the Green Lantern Corps makes a shocking sacrifice in order to fight the Sun Eaters and save the universe. Aquaman. Obligatory Mera variant cover. Aquaman, number 9, written by Jeremy Adams, art and cover by John Timms. Aquaman has returned to Earth with new powers, new allies, and a new chance to be a father, all while a new mystery emerges from the depths of Atlantis. After the devastating events of the Battle of Dagon, Aquaman's so-called Justice League Blue must regroup and refocus their efforts on Earth, and the return of one of the King of the Seven Seas' deadliest enemies. Alan Scott, cover coming at you for the JSA. And Dr. Fate. JSA number 11, written by Jeff Lemire, art by Diego Olortegui. The Injustice Society has the JSA on the ropes, and Wotan's grand plan of releasing the unnamed ones is one step closer to reality. But they forgot one thing. The JSA is not just a team, it's a family. They've raced cars on the side. Matthew Foster's asking, are they bringing back the Aqua Baby? Is it finally time? Black Manta is going to be upset. It's so thick at this point, I kind of have to chew it. But it's still good. All right. Black Lightning, Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific, Year 1, number 5. Written by Al Letson, art by Valentin Delandro. Maybe superheroics are best left to those with superpowers, and science best left to the scientists. At least that's what Michael Holt tries to tell his old friend Jefferson Pierce, Black Lightning himself, as Athena Prescott's reign of terror grows into something altogether otherworldly, and threatens to bring Gateway City to its knees. Meanwhile, in the present, Mr. Terrific desperately searches for a way home, lest he remain trapped in the Palace of Eternity with a mysterious enemy who wants him dead. Palace of Eternity is just a very fun name to say. Ben Chan is saying, no tea spice. King of New York is saying, where is the spice? So I think the consensus of this stream, when the AI summarizes it, because that's a feature that YouTube has turned on, will be where's the spice and also s'mores. It's going to be very confusing for someone who is not reading the chat. Fire and ice and hand placement. The hand, if that hand moves even a little bit. All right. Fire and Ice, When Hell Freezes Over, number 6, written by Joanne Starr. And then we have art by Stephen Byrne. Breaking into hell is one thing. Clawing your way back out is another thing entirely. But Ice already escaped hell's clutches once before, and it might not be so eager to let her go again. Here it is. Ooh, I like this cover a lot. We're getting a lot of Samney covers lately, which I like. No, Anthony. The whole discussion before the stream started was about s'mores. People had s'mores this week. I also had a s'more today. It was a microwave s'more, but it was a s'more nonetheless. Aw, look at John. Here's Joe. New History of the DC Universe, number 4. This is where it's all going to be wrapped up. It's all going to make sense now. Written by Mark Waid, art by Tony S. Daniel and Hayden Sherman. I joke. I'm really excited to see how they try and reconcile everything. Full of pep tonight. I don't know why. Barry Allen's documentation of the history of the DC Universe reaches the present day, beginning with the world-changing events of Flashpoint. His fault. I know they've retconned it, so it's not. Heroes face new threats like Perpetua and the Batman Who Laughs, and the next generation of heroes like John Kent, Wallace West, and Jackson Hyde begin to emerge from the ashes of crisis-level destruction. All leads to Darkseid's death and a glimpse at what's to come in the future. You won't want to miss this final installment. So I do also have a preview of this. So since we've gone to the other pages for everything else we've looked at, let us share this tab instead. So we get a little preview here. Learn the definitive history of the DC Universe. All caps, exclamation mark. All right. So we've got some pages that we can be looking at. And we do have Barry Allen as our narrator here. My name is Barry Allen. Once I was the Flash, the fastest man alive. I can't hear that without thinking about the CW show anymore. Yeah, his office is cool. I do like all the stuff in the office. It's fun. So he's going to go here and organize. It's my responsibility to record it. In the beginning, there was the source. So we're going to try and condense everything. See, we've got Perpetua here, the Monitor, the Anti-Monitor, the World Forger, the Endless are here, like right from the start. Just bam, hitting you with the Endless. Neon Gray saying, "Run, Barry, run, Barry, run." There's Lucifer, the Spectre, Eclipso, who's getting a lot of play of late. Look, the Lords of Order and Chaos. Guardians, of course, because we can't start anything without the machinations of the Guardians. We're doing it. We're gonna everything in one thing. So now you're seeing like some of it. What are you like? Are you here for them attempting? I'll go in the beginning. There was Jimmy Olsen, says Ash Guy. Lois Lane is the narrator we really need. Although, of course, we need Barry because of all his shenanigans. Orion is saying speed run, which is a fun pun for something that's being narrated by the Flash. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot. Whenever they do these things, though, they do tend to start with explanation pages like this. They did this after Crisis on Infinite Earths in 1985 as well. There's a whole "this is what happened, this is where we are" kind of thing. Because they are saying they're doing another whole like it's never going to be the same again. And we're back. Ooh. We're back with some golden age looking Batman. The Batman Second Night, because we did First Night, so now we're doing Second Night. Written by Dan Jurgens with art and cover by Mike Perkins. I do love the aesthetic that this book had, the First Night. The year is 1940. Most of the Western world is embroiled in a war against the fascist regime whose march across Europe shows no sign of defeat. With the specter of global war looming, it's a time of fear and paranoia for those living in Gotham. It's only been a few months since the city was rescued from undead monsters by the masked vigilante known as the Batman, but a vicious killer has been on a murder spree that's taking the city to its breaking point. Bodies are turning up in theatrically gruesome ways, all staged with the killer's calling card, a hangman's noose. While the Batman endeavors to solve the spate of murders, a young reporter from the Daily Star named Lois Lane arrives in Gotham. What a callback, the Daily Star. Meant to cover a movie premiere. It doesn't take long for Lane to find herself caught in the grips of a new villain in Gotham, one whose mastery of fear will plunge the city into chaos. Oh, is Bruce about to step onto Clark's girl again? K Booty, thank you very much. Is saying, I feel attacked by Big Rig. Is it because it's just looming on the side there? Like I said at the start of this stream, you will not be allowed to forget it. I also just noticed the little blurb here about the James Straczynski and Tony Parker series, Synthetics. There's actually a couple of things that are coming out that I am very intrigued by. What's the Spectators is also getting collected into a trade, the Brian K. Vaughan one. Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum, number 2. There's something really unsettling about this one, especially the way that that one is digging into his chin that I don't know, it's like it's working for me. Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum. This one was up for something else, so we shall see where it actually ends up. Written by W. Maxwell Prince with art and cover by Martin Morazzo. This colorful cruise through a cornucopia of curious new kryptonite continues. Nice. After last issue's timey-wimey, it doesn't say wibbly-wobbly, but I'm adding it, race against, or was it toward the clock, Superman, with Batman's help, is left to deal with the sizable effects of Cobalt's kryptonite. Watch in awe as the Man of Steel grows and grows and grows. That cover belongs here. Some more, bringing us the Kal-El comic of our collective dreams. Oh, it's not a question. Of our collective dreams. What's happening to the fortress? That's a question. Why is Soupzilla so angry? And what on earth is Chemo doing here? Find out in this guest-filled romp from the creative team behind Ice Cream Man in a story only they could possibly tell. I have to beg to differ on there are many a person who has told and could tell an out there kryptonite story in the tone, the fashion, maybe not, but if we're just going for wild kryptonite, oh, there have been some truly glorious wild kryptonite adventures. I'm looking forward to these wild kryptonite adventures as well. Although Soupzilla does make me think, of course, of the classic Jimmy Kaiju cover where he becomes a giant turtle man. Resurrection Man, Quantum Karma number 6, written by Ram V with art by Anand R.K. The end is nigh for Resurrection Man as he suffers at the hands of his greatest enemy, himself. But can the two men put their differences aside long enough to save the universe from its imminent death? Gashadokuro has come, and he's ready to feast. Adrian is saying, can't wait for pink kryptonite. No, this is new. They're making up new kryptonites for this one. We're ready for Immortal Legend Batman number 2, written by Kyle Higgins and Matt Groom, art by Erica Durso and Dan Mora. The Immortal Legend Batman's strength will be tested when his hunt for the new breed of shadows leads him to the asteroid base of space pirates who decide the fate of their captives through physical combat. Outnumbered and without access to his powers, can Immortal Legend Batman find the metal to survive, or will he be broken? We're not allowed to say broken without doing a breaking Batman's back gesture. Let me see what all of you are saying. Let me catch up. Some of you are really into this. You're saying Immortal Legend Batman sounds fire. No, it's not. It's not failsafe. I'm really sold at Asteroid Base of Space Pirates, personally. Love a space pirate. This is the Gotham by Gaslight. So we have Batman, Gotham by Gaslight, A League for Justice, number 3, written by Andy Diggle with art and cover by Leandro Fernandez. General Zod emerges from his slumber, aligning himself with Lex Luthor to take over the planet. But will Luthor kneel before this powerful being from beyond the stars? Meanwhile, the League for Justice seeks out new members, taking on a daring mission to rescue some familiar faces from Luthor's vile laboratory. I just feel like we should say it that way because of the vibe this is going for. Will the League be able to come up with a plan to stop the approaching invasion, or will their one chance of hope fall into foul, feline hands? Oh yeah, they pulled this one up separately too. I don't have this one pulled up though, but this was one that they also were highlighting as well. I saw that. This is Court, Children of the Round Table, written by Tom Taylor, art and cover by Danielle Dinaculo. For centuries, an elite force known as the Camelot Corps has protected ancient secrets, waiting for the day when these myths are needed by the world. That day is today. Young Fell, Connor, and their friends are stunned when they're almost crushed by a giant stone falling from the sky. Their lives are changed forever when they find a sword stuck fast in the stone. These children of destiny will soon face a great evil, but they won't do so alone, for these friends have been chosen to wield ancient magical weapons, great weapons bonded to knights of legend, weapons that speak, weapons that argue. With the evil Mordred's power growing, the fate of the world rests in the hands of the children of the Round Table. This will probably find its way into my home because my daughter has been going through a huge King Arthur kick, reading through like all the Arthurian like legends, and she's super into the knights and all that kind of stuff. So this is something that if she makes the connection between the title and the cover grabs her, that will probably find its way into my house. I can see that. I can see this being a thing that she would really like. I mean, look at that. Come on, big sword. Big sword. I mean, Claude is saying it needs to be a cartoon. It's been fun. Like I loved those legends when I was a kid, and I still have a bunch of my old books of mythology and all of those things. So it's been really nice to be able to bust them out and share them and see them being read again and enjoyed. That's really grotesque. Is this the pumpkin spicy? Is it? Is it no, it's not. Okay. Because I was gonna say, like, if that was, then we're just doing Halloween variant covers at this point, even though that's disgusting and love it. All right. DC's Satanic Panic, because we gotta say it that way, even though I always say Zatanna, but that wouldn't create the thing they're going for. Written by Daniel Warren Johnson, Roberto Recchioni, Andrew McLean, Lyndon Radichenka, Callie C. Miller, Rowan Mackle, Kevin Scott, lots of people. Art by Riley Rossmo, yay. Gigi Cavinago, Andrew McLean, John McRae, Rowan McCall, and Don Agulio. Sometimes they just go with, and more. We didn't get and more. We named people. There's been a bunch of Zatanna happening, so I'm here for more Zatanna. The Satanic Panic. Spooky stories for terrifying times, featuring bone-chilling tales from some of comics' most fearsome, fabulous, and harrowing artists, with spine-tingling shorts starring Batman, Ambush Bug, Raven, the Demon, Plastic Man, Swamp Thing, and of course, the mistress of magic herself, Zatanna, as they summon spirits and struggle against the supernatural. Yeah, this is up my alley, Zatanna things. So who's been keeping up with the Zatanna mini, by the way? I've been really enjoying the Zatanna mini. Okay, so at this point, I'm kind of thinking of doing a type of video where I just do a really casual roundup of things that I've been reading, but haven't gotten a chance to do a deep dive into. Like, I haven't gotten to talk about Exquisite Corpses or The Endless Night that I read. Is that a thing? Like, is that a thing that people would be into? Am I kidding myself? Am I just adding too much to my plate? I don't know. Patrick Gerard is saying harrowing artists. Moondog is saying, do it. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Teen Titans Go, number 7, written by Ivan Cohen, with art and cover by Marcelo Di Chiara. When the 31st century's greatest heroes invite one of the Titans to join the future's premier super team, a madcap competition ensues, but eventually the Titans discover that this legion isn't the future Justice League, and it's not the future Teen Titans. It's a trap. That's a great way to describe the Legion. Now our heroes have to escape and get home to change the future, so the Titans' legacy wins out. Wow, 3620 saying whims away. I too am enjoying Exquisite Corpses, Illicit Lore. Doug, thank you very much. Do you know if Zatanna is selling well? My LCS had a ton of number 1s left over and haven't carried it since. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about a lot of internal numbers. I know at mine it's gone and they have the latest ones. So I am not certain. I hope that it's doing well, just because it means we would get more Zatanna and because it's been an enjoyable series. I hope at least that Jamal Campbell gets to do more writer artist things, because I thought that they came together very well. Is it time for Batman number 1 facsimile? Yes, it is. $10 facsimile? There better be letters pages in that. There are a lot of first appearances in that, but $10? Oof. Batman 635 facsimile. For this one's for 4. New Fun Comics #1 facsimile. Do I need to pay $10? I do. But I'll probably do it. Oh no. That's something that I'll most likely do. I can't resist a facsimile like that. Oh no. They've got me. They've got me. Ugh, they know me. Whether you love tales of mystery and suspense, daring westerns, outer space adventures, or funny animals, this book has it all. I would add, or just old things. A brand new era for the comics industry began right here with the very first ongoing title made up entirely of all new stories. Well, you know, that's I'll be. Yeah, that'll be me. Absolute Martian Manhunter, Martian Vision, the trade. We're soliciting the trade. Excited for that. We are yesterday. It's going to be collecting the event. Zatanna, we were just talking about her. Collected. Batman the Long Halloween, the last Halloween. Is this all of it? Is it putting everything? Yes. Okay. All of it together. Oh, Ben Chan, thank you so much. Happy belated birthday. Have a facsimile on me. Oh, thank you. It's very appreciated. It was a good birthday, too. And it was very nice and low key. To me, those are the best birthdays. I'm not a do a big thing on your birthday type person. So it was just nice, relaxing. Robin and Batman, Jason Todd. Where are we being solicited for? 11, 25, 25. So that's going to collect 1 through 3 because that's a 3-issue thing. We have Green Lantern Corps Volume 1 being solicited. Aw, thanks for the late birthday wishes. I appreciate it. I never I did mention that it was coming up when I was streaming with Amanda, but I don't like make announcements about those kind of things. I didn't even actually there was one I felt like I kind of should have made, which was that last week because I did launch the channel around my birthday. I always do that whenever I did channels. The channel turned 6, which was a very interesting feeling to think about. That the channel's 6 years old, everybody. And it's just wow. I couldn't really believe it when YouTube sent me that email. It's like, "You're 6 today." I was like, "Whoa. 6 years." I was tempted to like, "Oh, should I do something?" Even if it's just like a Q&A. I'm like, "Do people do Q&As anymore?" But then I was like, just let it go. 'Tis just a day." A day like any other. Batman, the Brave and the Bold, Across the Universe. We're collecting Batman RIP Absolute Edition this time. Oh, another Day Tripper. Look at Day Tripper. I love Day Tripper. Day Tripper's great. We have Why the Last Man Unnamed. This is one of the compacts. I felt the need to show you the compact size for some reason. We V for Vendetta compact. Nate Weeks is saying this channel can have some Nightwing cake. Then there'll be enough for everybody. So DC Finest Events Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1. We had to break it up. Oh, well, good because it's getting all of the other stuff. That's good. It's pretty complete. Not all of because if you collect some of these collections, sometimes you'll know that some things are missing from them. So it's nice. This one seems like it's going to be a bit more intensive. Super Friends. DC Finest Super Friends. Oh, that just makes me happy. That makes me really happy. Ooh, War. The Big 5 arrive. So we have, for people who like the war stories, what we got in here? Our Army at War, Our Fighting Forces, Black Hawk, All American Men of War, GI Combat, and Star Spangled War Stories. A couple of those in here. So a lot. So then you'll have a lot of Robert Kanigher stuff in here then. So I know that some people have a real fondness for that genre. So there's a lot of that there if that's your thing. Injustice, Gods Among Us, Compendium 2. Secret Six by Gail Simone Omnibus Volume 2. I really did enjoy the Secret Six, the first iteration of it. Super Sons, the complete collection, book 2. Superman, Our Worlds at War, Omnibus, Volume 1, Prelude to War. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that slipcase for the Human Target Deluxe Edition. Oh, it looks great. That's tempting for me. I really adored how this book looked, and reading it as its own, just completely separate thing, I did enjoy the energy of it, but if you put it in any kind of continuity, it's like, no, no, thank you. But that's pretty. It appeals to me on an aesthetic level. It's getting me like some like makeup packaging where it's just like, ooh, it's cute. So Dan V900, thank you very much. I'd recommend JSA 8 for people. It's a one-off set in the 40s times past, like those Starman issues. It should just be the series. That issue is really fun. That is a very fun issue. I would recommend the JSA in general, just as a team. I think the JSA are great. And this run has been a good introduction. But that is a very fun solo issue. I'm glad they're leaning back into having those kind of just one-off kind of issues. The return of the more like A and B thing. I'm really enjoying the way that things are being framed at the moment. We'll see if they stay that way. Things cycle, but so far, like right now, it's fairly fun. $50. The Warlord by Mike Grell, Omnibus. Hey, Warlord. All right, we have The Wake, 2025 edition. The New Teen Titans, the Judas Contract Deluxe Edition. And wow, I wasn't prepared. We made it. We did it. We've come to the end. I didn't expect it. I was so engaged. I had never wanted it to end. It was wow. What are we excited for? What are we interested in? What are we picking up? How are we vibing for September? Are you feeling it? If you were here for both, were you more into what we talked about in the Marvel solicits? Were you more into what we talked about here? Should we look at some of like the other solicits? Not tonight. Not tonight. We need to have some couth, some self-control, some restraint, especially after we managed to keep everything so timely. And look at all the asides and stuff as well. Go us. What website do I use for the solicits? I use Adventures in Poor Taste. That it's AIPT for short. That is what it's actually called. It's Adventures in Poor Taste. I like their formatting. There are other places that you can read them, but I like their formatting. And how else am I going to know about Post Malone's Big Rig? So I do just enjoy the way they lay things out. Very easy to follow. Often have quotes. Always have like different things, like very up to date things on the side. Not too ad heavy either, because some sites just click on it, you're like, well, my computer's dead now, and I should just go and get a new one because it's all over. Some of you are into Satanic Panic, Supergirl. Because we're saying Big Rig comic adaptation when I like Impact is imminent. I do like its tagline that it's got going on. So Alvin's yelling. Since we're still here and we have a little bit of time, we can also take a look briefly at what's coming out this week on the 25th. Why not? Hold on. No, do I trust him? I'll let him in at the very end. So if he pulls the thing out, it'll be okay. So let's share our tab. So I'm on League of Comic Geeks. I like how they lay out the things that are coming out in the coming week. So these are the things. Absolute Martian Manhunter, definite must for me. It's Superman always. Really been enjoying all of the Superman things. Ultimate Spider-Man 18. Wonder Woman, absolute as well. Yes, here's the Justice League Unlimited 8, the We Are Yesterday. Fantastic Four, number 33, as we gear up to, It's not. Look at poor Speedy. It's never a good time to be Speedy if they decide to spotlight him. Oh, I'm seeing what all of you are excited for too. Dan is just saying, I'm so addicted to using League of Comic Geeks. I do like clicking when you go in and then you can see all the different variants. That's also fun. Very nice layout too, in terms of, who's written and done what. They have a whole list as well as to who's the creative team, all of that kind of thing. And in-universe details too, like how DC fandom has as well, to characters that appear. There are reviews, and like the community is fairly genuinely interactive, which is a lot of fun as well. Here it is. The new history of the DC universe, #1. It means that I'm gonna actually be there at the stove when it opens. Because that's the kind of thing. Sometimes there are some that I just like having around, even though I know I'm also going to get the trade, because I'm that person who does both. Are you a person who does both, or do you only do one? Here we have assorted crisis events, Hyde Street #7. I hope that they announce the Hyde Street trade soon. I really want the trade for that. A. Hancock is asking, will you do a video on the new history of the DC universe? Maybe. It depends. Like, if they do like a really like interesting change, maybe I'll highlight a change. There's a part of me that wants to do, like I said at the beginning, a comparison video to the other times when they've tried to condense it. Maybe wait till September, wait till it's done. But I don't know. I'm genuinely not sure. Like, sometimes I surprise myself with what I end up talking about, because sometimes a whim takes me, or I get inspired by something that comes out, or something that somebody highlights or mentions in the comments. Like, that's happened sometimes, something I've read. Like, sometimes somebody will say something like, wow, that's really interesting. Whenever that happens, I put that person in the video, because it's just, sometimes when you spur something on like that. Green Lantern Dark. I still haven't read Green Lantern Dark. I gotta get on the Grumpy Lantern. Feral. Still enjoying Feral. That's a nice cover for Vision and Scarlet Witch. The seasons. I've also really been enjoying the seasons as well. Rockefellers too. Minor Arcana has been interesting as well. That's something I've been keeping up with on Global Comics. I've read the first issue of We're Taking Everyone Down With Us, but I haven't read any of the ones that follow. I feel like I need to get back into that. Count Orlock is asking, any more videos on Conan? Maybe. Again, I don't know what I'm going to cover. That's why I kind of want to, like I was saying a bit earlier, do the more quick, rapid fire just discussion of things. It's something that's actually casual, which I've flirted with jokingly on this channel for years, being truly casual, but I don't know. It just never happens. It's not my nature. But it would be fun, because there are so many things at the moment that I feel like even just discussing some of the things that are out there would be fun, because whenever I talk about some of these things, some people don't know that they're coming out or that they're happening. Because as you can see, as we're scrolling, there's a lot, that's out there. I did really like Huck, Big Bad World #1 too. And Bloom has been interesting, especially from an artistic perspective. I haven't gotten a chance to dive into When I Lay My Vengeance Upon Thee, but I want to. Common Sense is saying, Ultra Mega Finale this week. It needs an anime. Yeah, some people feel that, like, really want some of the things they read to be like adapted into some kind of animation. It depends really on how it's laid out, I feel like. Caught Dingoes is saying you're professionally casual. Formal is my casual. Oh, look at we're at the 6th printing of Absolute Wonder Woman #1. 5th printing of the Absolute Superman #1. Oh, Barbarella #5. Barbarella's been a lot of fun. I just like the name of this comic, Moonshine Bigfoot, even though I have not read an issue of it. It's just fun to say. Defenders of the Earth. 7th printing for Absolute Batman #1. Yeah, we're getting into like the reprint and stuff territory because it does have everything down here. So once you scroll down far enough, you'll start to get some of the repetitions and some of the things that don't have, you know, a full release. Here's a regular cover for the 7th printing for Absolute Batman #1 for people who missed it. Yeah, there's been the Absolute universe is just going really hard. Are people picking stuff up this week? What are people picking up? So, some things. You got to make choices. Yeah, no, I interviewed the creators for the latest run of Barbarella that they're doing over at Dynamite, and it's been a lot of fun, their series and their take on it so far. I should link that down below since we mentioned it. I will if I remember when I hop off of this stream, which shall be shortly. We have done the things, we accomplished what we set out to, which is always a good time. I don't know why I sound like my voice is giving out. I'm not sick for once, so that's great. Patrick Gerard is asking, have you interviewed Mark Waid? No, I have not. I have interviews coming out this week, though. I've been a bit behind on the editing of them with it being summertime and everybody being home, but we still have a lot of fun stuff coming, and there's too much to decide between, which I think is a good space to be in. Yeah, Blake Northcott is writing Barbarella. Oh, Black Phoenix saying, dang, I missed everything. And no cat messed with my mic. He's gone now. I was gonna let him in if he wanted to. I'll crack the door just a little and see if he's there, you know? Oh. Oh. No, he left. So we do not get to see him tonight. Next time, though. Next time I'll let Alvin in. It really isn't the same without the stress of worrying that Alvin's just going to end the stream at any moment. I tried to let him in, Maria. He's just not here anymore. He's gone to find somewhere comfortable. Yeah, Alvin got insulted that we didn't let him in. We'll make it up to him next time. We'll start with him already in the room. But yes, thank you. This was a lot of fun as always, and we will be back with more videos, more things. You know, I'm going to be talking about crypto. There's interviews coming up and a bunch of things. More random late streams probably. So we shall see. Yeah, I know. No Alvin. Boo. Thumbs down. But yes, enjoy the rest of your day, night, evening, whatever it may be. And I'll see you all again very soon.